Valley Club, now that we know the kits for all 3 Insidious 6 members, how important will this team be? We're going to review all 4 of the new promo codes that were released since the last time we did a news video, and Sebastian Shaw and the Annihilation raids are coming tomorrow. What does this mean for you and your alliance? We're discussing it all in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Joining me all the way from the danger room is my brother ZeroKoolGamer. And if you're ready for all these topics and more, then brother Zero, let them know what to do.
Let's go smash it.
Oh yeah, welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. This is ZeroKoolGamer, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. We do this every single week, keeping you up to date on everything that has happened in Marvel Strike Force and is upcoming. And if you get some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new Marvel Strike Force video goes up on the channel, and at least 5 of them every single week on this channel. But it was a big day for you, ZeroKool. How are you enjoying this Insidious 6 and everything that's been announced this week in Marvel Strike Force? We had a few big announcements this week.
There was a lot to do with the Sinister Six and Insidious Six and basically all of them together, but Superior Spider-Man pretty much brings them all together, and he looks bonkers.
Yes, so we are going to discuss all of these kits. But before we do that, I do want to review all the promo codes of the week. We have 4 of them that were revealed since the last news video. If you've been keeping up with all the videos, these are older codes for you. But if you have not, we got 4 of them. One of them, the first one, Hellfire Fits. This one is going to expire tomorrow. So this one's expiring August 22nd to 2025, 4 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you do this one. This one is for that the outfit voting for the costumes for the Hellfire Club. Every time, and there's one going on right now. If it reaches over 1,000 votes for that, is going to be another promo code. But the first one, Hellfire Fits, expires tomorrow. Did you claim all these codes, Zero?
I've claimed all of them already.
Okay, good. Are you enjoying all those tons of gold and tons of intel, or not intel, antimatter that we're getting from all these codes?
Free stuff is free stuff. I'll enjoy it every time.
I agree. There's a lot of codes, and if you add all these codes up into one big code, it's some pretty good gold, some pretty good antimatter, but it's like they got one code and distributed into 7 different codes, and that's kind of what we have now. So the second code revealed this week, Summer Final Count. Third code, Counting Challenge XL. So that was that counting challenge that completed. I think it was like 40,000 that counting challenge. It's still going on. I mean, there's no other rewards, but people are still counting in the counting challenge, Zero. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, the numbers just keep going. That's fine. Yay, engagement, cool.
It's like, hey, there's no rewards for it, but if you guys want to keep counting, keep counting. People are still counting on there. It's fun. All right, and the last new code, this was from yesterday, I believe. Welcome back, F4. So make sure you claim all of these guys. There should be more codes coming. And if you want to get your vote on for that, what's that called? The costumes, let me know. I don't think it's for anything other than engagement. So get your votes in and help the total get to 1,000 votes. All right, but are you ready for all the big stuff of the week for the rest of the Insidious 6?
Yes, this has been one just big week for all kinds of news.
All right, and this was kind of a to cover the era for the Hellfire Club. You guys were supposed to be announcing all these kits for the Hellfire Club, but Scopely put all the kits in the game early, and we got all that info early. Now, Zero, I'm not sure if you're aware. Oh, I do want to give credit to all these content creators that got the reveals. Dorky Dad had the Scorpion reveal. Updog has the Hobgoblin reveal. You got the Superior Spider-Man reveal, so make sure you check out all the original videos. I'm going to put a link to their kits, but did you know that this is the 4th Spider-Man raid team that we're getting in the game?
Scopely loves their Spidey.
They love the spiders.
Game.
It's like the emergency button. Man, people are pissed off in the game. Let's get some X-Men in the game. Oh, they're pissed off again. Oh, let's get some spiders in the game. So I don't know if the community is really hot right now, but more spiders in the game. So we've had the Web Warriors, we've had the Spider Society, Hive Mind. Now we have this Insidious 6. So 4th Spider Raid team. Let's start with the kits for Scorpion. He's gonna have the Villain, City, Tech, Brawler, Spider-Verse, Sinister Six, Insidious Six, and the Infestation traits. Speed 107. What is your initial impressions of Scorpion when you first saw these traits? Having that Infestation trait. It was revealed in a blog earlier this week that he's gonna get that trait. What did you think of his use on war defense potentially, in addition to raids?
You know, I'm not too popular with Infestation because they're on defense. You don't really get to play with them. But yeah, if you're going to improve on that entire defensive team, putting Scorpion on there and probably taking out Ant-Man is probably the way to go. Just looking at the kits part of it.
Nice. Okay, you already answered my question. I was gonna, who do you take out? We're trying to figure it out on tree. It's just off the top of my head. It's probably Ant-Man or Yellow Jacket. I'm glad you answered that question because I wasn't sure. Let's go read all of his kits in case you didn't see. And make sure you guys go check out Dorky and Updog and ZeroKool's video. But the basic venomous is it sting or stink? I can't tell. Attack the primary target, 280% piercing. Change to 2 adjacent targets for 280% piercing. Spread 3 negative effects, excluding stun from the primary target to secondary targets. ISO 8 attack is very similar. Basic seems good. He has a lot of bleeds and piercing damage and all that stuff in his kit. Any thoughts on a basic, or should I move on to the special?
This looks pretty powerful for just a basic. This really does, spreading all those negative effects around. This is a nice little basic he's got.
And piercing damage, which means you ignore all the defense on there. So probably more than more people are expecting if they're just looking at that 280%. Special. Pretty simple, but pretty effective, especially when we move on to his ultimate, his passive. Energy costs 3 out of 3, so you're starting with this. Attacking the primary and adjacent targets, 260% piercing. So there's that piercing damage again, but applying 3 bleeds to the primary and adjacent targets. Now, on its own, this move seems it's okay. If you know the full kit, though, this is a pretty powerful move, knowing what he does with the bleeds. What did you think when you saw the special?
I was like, okay, it's just simple. This is old school. Just that's it.
All right.
Straight to the point.
It's okay. All right, now this is when it gets crazy. When we get the passive and the ultimate, though. Energy cost 2 out of 5, so you're not going to be able to use this right on turn 1. But if this character has Insidious 6 allies or 4 Infestation allies, this war defense is going to be strong. Reduce the duration of Safeguard by 2 on all enemies. This is where it comes from. Reduce the duration of all positive effects by 2 on all enemies with bleeds. And with that special opening, with the way his passive is designed, they're all going to have bleed unless they got something that stops it, like a Safeguard or something like that. Or immunity is, whatever that effect is called. Then you're also going to attack all enemies, 300% piercing, applying 3 bleeds for 2 turns. If this character has 2 Insidious 6 allies, this cannot be blocked. Seems like it is meant to use with the Insidious 6 and the Infestation. Do you see any use of this outside of with the Insidious 6 or Infestation? Because he's still going to attack the enemies, 300% piercing and bleeds. He's not going to do all this cool stuff, but do you see any use for this character outside of Infestation, outside of Insidious 6?
You could probably pair him up with some Sinister Six members. I mean, he's still City Tech.
I guess Cosmic Crucible with that tag. That Sinister. There's a lot of them, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of
there's a lot of them. And there's no raid bonus thing in here, so this is great. Yes, they said it in the blog, which threw me off. They said theory crafting. I went, wait, what? Like, okay, cool. And they're really pushing the point of, hey, this is some theory crafting stuff. They're not actually like, walling the kit of just saying, hey, here it is in war, you're done. No, they're letting the kit actually be nice and free, and you could sit there and theory craft where you want to use these characters.
Wait a minute. Theory crafting in Marvel Strike Force. I don't think I've experienced that for what is a 7-year-old game, so at least 5 years. So this is, we're bringing it back, and it's kind of against the designed philosophy that they talked about a few months back, which I didn't like. They said we're going to try to design more of these characters to stay in their own lanes. What the Hellfire Club is doing, it looks like they scrapped that idea because it wasn't selling good or something like that. It just wasn't received well. More versatility, more theory crafting. I like that. What any other thoughts before we move on to passive?
The passive just makes this even more insidious.
Let's just move on then. Let's just move on then. All right. Passive, Toxic Tech. On turn, applying bleed for 2 turns to all enemies. So that ultimate is going to be going off. Every turn he's going to take bleeds. When an enemy with a negative effect is attacked, apply bleed to a random enemy. So more bleeds, more making sure that the ultimate is going to work properly. If this character has 2 or more Insidious Six allies or 2 or more 2 other Sinister Six allies, apply bleed to an additional 2 random enemies. So much bleeds, dude. When an enemy takes damage from bleed, reduce the duration of deflect, defense up, death proof by 2 on that character, and apply bleed for 2 turns. Jeez. Have you, before I move on, have you seen a character with this like much synergy with himself in ever? I mean, we've seen characters with synergy with each other, but this character has so much synergy with himself.
Right, and his passive is happening on other, actual kits doing something. So when an enemy takes damage from bleed, reduce all those positive effects. You're like, well, Scorpion's not taking a turn, but something's happening, and this is ridiculous. This is going to be a nice little game changer for people going, wow, I better make sure I put immunity on us somehow, because if I take bleed, Scorpion's just going to strip me. He's just going to strip me of all these positive effects. No. You need like some safeguards and stuff like that. Or immunity so you can't apply the bleeds. Also, with bleeds, lower the damage and armor by 10% for enemies with bleeds. This character has 2 Insidious Six allies or 2 other Sinister Six allies or 4 Infestation allies. So pretty much if he's on the teams that he's supposed to be on, this character and all allies cannot have their damage reduced except by offense down. So all these characters have that baked in their passive, not gonna affect Scorpion and the rest of the characters. Overall thoughts on this character before we move on to Updog's reveal for Hobgoblin. He's slow, but his passive is doing a mountain of work. How
slow is? Oh yeah, so, he is slow. 107. Yeah, he's very
107.
Slow.
But I'm comfortable with that once you start reading some other kits.
Yeah, he doesn't need to take a turn. He just goes with his. Actually, doesn't need to take some turns, but he's getting bleeds even outside of his turn. So very, very strong. Hobgoblin. This character is another strong member. Going to be needed in the raids, and if you build them for other game modes, you get some additional value. His traits: Villain City, Tech Controller, Spider-Verse, Sinister Six, Insidious Six. No other traits for him. He is at 120 speed, so a lot faster. Thoughts on his traits and his tags and all that?
Similar with Scorpion, you can start mixing and matching, putting them in certain places. So I think he's gonna fit just nicely.
I haven't asked you, how excited are you that Hobgoblin is coming to the game? Because I've wanted this character around the time they brought the Green Goblin. I'm like, oh, we got the Demon Green Goblin. When do we get the Glider one? Hopefully they bring Hobgoblin soon. We got the Glider Green Goblin. Now we got the Glider Hobgoblin. I'm excited. How excited are you though?
I'm excited that it's more comic accurate than them trying to do something newer or something maybe, modern or something.
Female Electra. Yep. The female Electro. I mean.
Okay, cool. But I mean, she's got a nice kit too. I was expecting the regular Electro, but whatever. Cool. Let's go in that direction. For Hobgoblin,
the kit's
I'm happy.
Okay. The kit's okay. The kit's okay. All right, let's move to the Hobgoblin because his kit is more than okay. All right, his basic Pumpkin Bomb, very simple. Attacking the primary, let me actually move this over a little bit so we can see everything. Attacking the primary target, 200% piercing, bonus attack 3 times for 50% piercing, just a lot of piercing damage. Seems pretty simple, but just damage, lots of damage.
Okay. Yeah, this one's simple, but the bonuses is probably the one that's gonna hit.
Yeah, so that is, so 350 piercing, that's not bad. All right, the energy cost on the special, 3 out of 3, Unhinged Assault, attacking the primary and adjacent targets, 200% piercing, so both of them piercing damage, flipping positive effects to negative effects on each target, repeats its attack 3 times, using a new primary target randomly chosen from previous secondary targets. I like that. Maybe not when it's an enemy Hobgoblin, but I like that with my Hobgoblin. It's unavoidable, and characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. Ooh.
All right, I like that one.
Okay, the ultimate, also very simple. 4 lines here, I like that. It is energy cost 4 out of 6. Trick or Treat, attacking all enemies, 300% damage, applying heal block. In the rage, trauma 2 turns to all enemies. Bonus attack. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 5 random enemies, 150% damage. This character has 2 or more Insidious 6 allies. This attack cannot miss. Very strong, simple kit so far. Are you ready for the passive? Have you read this yet?
I did watch Updog's video for the passive.
Okay. I watched it for the screenshots, and I'm gonna read it right now for the first time. All right. Maniacal Mastermind on successful attack by this character. Apply 1 random negative effect for 2 turns. Okay. This character has 2 I guess it's like a list of random negative effects, right? Because they can't apply like certain negative effects. All right. If this character has 2 or more Insidious 6 or 2 other Sinister 6 allies, apply offense down for 2 turns, defense down for 2 turns, slow for 2. Oh my goodness. Slow for 2 turns. This action gains extra 1,000% focus, man. All right, full team, just a bunch of negative effects. Jeez. No bleeds. All right, Scorpion's the only one who bleeds. He's not doing bleeds. Pretty much everything else, though. He's gonna get 1,000% extra focus when an enemy that has a negative effect is attacked. All right, so when an enemy that has a negative effect is attacked, and then when an enemy with bleed is attacked from the Scorpion passive, they attack the most injured enemy, 150% damage. If this character has 2 Insidious 6 allies and 2 other Sinister 6 allies, reduce that enemy's speed bar by 6%. This character has 2 Insidious 6 and 2 other Sinister 6 allies. This character and Sinister 6 allies cannot have their focus reduced. I'm expecting something very similar when we talk about the Superior Spider-Man kit. Man. All right, you know the Superior Spider-Man kit. At this point, you did let me look at the PDF. I haven't checked it out yet. What are you thinking in totality with all of these characters? Lots of strong passive, lots of extra damage coming from this team.
The passives are doing a lot of the work, and the fact that they're throwing negative effects, random negative effects, and then that second line there, if they got 2 Insidious 6 members, throw offense down, defense down, slow. Like, wow, you guys are just destroying the team with negative effects.
That's gonna be in addition to these negative effects, because it doesn't say instead. It's 2 other.
No.
Okay.
It's both. And plus it's a random effect. So it could put slow on you. It could put bleed. It could put all kinds of things on it. But it's still another effect.
This is successful attack. I was thinking this is. Okay, I thought this was on turn, but still same. Very strong. Lots of negative effects all around. All right. This is your reveal. Any other final thoughts before we move on to your dude?
See, I was wondering why it said successful attack, and then I'm going, wait, Superior Spider-Man's kit got something in there to help with that.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're watching this video and you watched ZeroKoolGamer's video, you have all the information before I do, stuff. So let's go take a look at it, and let's see it all in totality. So Superior Spider-Man, you want to give any thoughts on this before I start to read this, because you had the reveal.
I opened up the PDF when I first got it, and all I saw was speed, and I'm going, wow, okay, that's great. that won me over right there. That won me over with the kit right there.
Well, looking at these traits, the biggest thing that I see, he has that Superior 6 tag, which we look at this blog post. What they said, Superior Spider-Man speed makes him a great update for the Superior 6 Crucible squad. They didn't say he was getting the tag. That is very different. Not just great for the squad, but getting the tag as well. And as you mentioned, speed 133. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, I'm already impressed. Let's go read the rest of it. The Spider Bash, attacking the primary target, 320% damage. Enrage, generate ability energy for self and all Sinister 6 allies. All right, they're going to be very strong in the raids. That's good. The ISO counter is damage plus piercing and still getting that ability energy. So striker for this guy is what I'm thinking initially. When I see a pass basic like that, an ISO counter, I'm thinking, yeah, striker. Is that we're initially going without testing or anything like that?
I think maybe striker or raider at the moment. I wish they would have took the rage part off, but I like where it's a simple basic. That's it.
Okay, well, I maybe it is Raider. I haven't read the rest of his kit yet. Let's go see the rest of it. Special Superior Slinger, man. By your reaction, I can't wait for this one. Energy cost 5 out of 5. Primary target attacking 240% damage, applying ability block. All right, that's good. 4 Sinister 6 allies, reduce the duration of taunt by 2 on the primary target. All right, rebound chain, 5 adjacent targets, 240% damage in raids, ability block. Wait, you're gonna go all of these targets getting ability block? Is that how you're reading it?
I think that's raids too. They're all getting it. So they're
all getting ability blocked. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's great PvE content. You want to smash that thing. It's the PvP stuff that I'm worried about. All right, flipping all negative effects to positive effects on self and Insidious 6 allies. That is strong, and that's not just in raids. That's all game modes.
That's
this. Yeah. If this character has 2 Insidious 6 allies, flipping negative effects to positive effects on all Sinister 6 allies. Okay, so not just himself and everybody, because you're not going to pair him in a random team. You're going to put him on the team. Applying safeguard for 2 turns, defense up for 1 turn, evade to evade to self, shocker, vulture, and Insidious 6 allies. Strong. A safeguard to Sinister 6 allies, heal self, Sinister 6 allies, 20% of this character's max health. This attack gains 500% extra focus against hero targets. Oh yeah, so kind of like Vulture. Screw you, heroes. And this attack cannot be blocked or counterattacked. This is very, very strong. I like that. The only thing that I'm seeing in the raids is getting that ability block. Everything else outside the raids as well.
Keep going. It just gets better and better.
Let me just read. Then I'll talk to you. Ultimate Arachnid Assault. Energy cost 4 to 6. So kind of like the rest of them. No using the ultimate on turn 1, unless maybe in the raids you're getting a bunch of ability energy possibly. Attacking the primary adjacent target. 350% damage. Strong. 2 regeneration for 2 turns, safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Sinister 6 allies, heal self and all Sinister 6 allies, 25% of this character's max health. Man, not only is he fast, he's given a lot of healing. Generates special ability energy for Sinister 6 allies, generate 2 special ability energy for self, shocker, vulture, and all Insidious 6 allies. That makes sense. Their specials are going off over and over and over. Their ultimates seem a little more special. So their specials are almost going to be like Gambit's basic, right? Where you could do it almost all the time with all the ability energy. All right, last but not least, before I start talking about this character already, again, identity theft on spawn, immunity to Sinister 6 allies, immunity to 2 turns to self, vulture, shocker, and Insidious 6. Okay, this team is going to be hard to counterattack. They're not getting bleeds when you're going against them. I'm not liking the mirror match already. When an enemy with a negative effect is attacked, heal self and Sinister 6. The mirror match is going to be horrible against this team. Jeez.
I don't know how
heal
we're gonna
self
do
and
this.
all Sinister 6 allies for 6% of this character's max health. This character has 2 Insidious 6 allies and 2 other Sinister 6 allies. Fill speed bar for self and all Sinister 6 allies by 3%. Fill an additional 3% speed bar for self, vulture, and Insidious 6 allies. I don't know what I just read other than they're getting a lot of speed. They're getting a lot of speed when an enemy is attacked. And on offense, if the character has 2 Insidious 6 allies and 2 other Sinister 6 allies, lower enemy dodge chance by 100%. Ooh, man. This is going to be a tough mirror match. That's what I'm thinking here. Like, they got a lot of benefits. They're going to be strong on defense, strong on offense. Themselves is going to counter them. It's going to be tough to counter them, even with themselves. All right. This is a very strong character. What are you thinking for this character? And what do you think you're going to do with your superior 6 for Cosmic Crucible? Offense, defense, and who gets replaced?
I prefer Superior 6 on offense because I want to have that control of it, but I can see the benefit of putting him on defense. However, you got to choose which other 2 Superior 6 members you want to grab.
It depends if you want to have the offense and defense. Before we get to your replacement, the offense and defense, it depends if you want to have fun. If you want to try to win, maybe they're better on defense. If you want to have more fun, they're better to use on offense. So I'm like yourself. I'm going to use it on offense because I want to have fun. I want to use the best team. I don't want just the best team to get me some stats. I want to use them and attack people with them. All right, now into a second part of my question. Who gets replaced in this Superior 6? Ock?
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, Doc Ock's got to go. He does give the regens. You don't need Spider Slayer because now you got now you got Shocker.
So maybe Shocker's keep Ock and no. Who gets replaced?
I'm probably.
I guess if you have Ock, you have Shocker there. So take out Slayer, put in Superior.
Yeah, well, because Slayer's not going to have the updated stats like Shocker will. So Shocker will have the updated stats with Vulture. The only way I could think of the mirror match not going well is Mysterio.
He's not getting the updated stats if you summon him from Ak. Or the updated,
right, no.
Not the stats or the updated kit. So, ooh. All right, who's your final verdict with all that considered?
I'm bringing Superior Spider-Man, GGC, Kraven. No, I'll probably bring Shocker, Vulture, and then bring in Mysterio if it's a mirror match.
Ooh. Wait, no
Mysterio
Superior
Spider-Man?
No Superior Spider-Man?
Oh no, that was I should have said that. My fault.
Or did you say
Spider-Man? Yeah, Superior Spider-Man.
I'm getting confused.
Yep.
So start over. I'm getting confused again. Superior Spider-Man and Green Goblin Classic. I think those are you have to have those. Okay, the other three. Who are the other three?
And then Shocker, Vulture, and if it's not the mirror match, maybe Kraven, or probably Hobgoblin. But if it is a mirror match, I'm going to bring in Mysterio to take care of the immunity. Okay.
So I guess it does depend on who you're facing and stuff. If you want those updated stats, if you want something from the kit. So I guess it will depend. All right, let's move on though to the reworks. We mentioned some of them, but we had some big reworks coming to Vulture. We had some big reworks or minor reworks coming to Scorpion. And the rest of the what is that team name again? The Infestation team, the big time Spider-Man team. They got reworked as well. So they're all here. Oh, they're here. Okay, I guess I should have just read it from this thing.
Yes.
All right, and I guess they're updating this blog with the kit. So I guess the kit for Superior Spider-Man will be on this blog. But let's go. I didn't notice that. I just looked at it today. I looked at it when it was first released, and I looked at it today. So I didn't notice the changes there. Vulture's kit. What do you think of his changes here? I mean, he was good before. He was great for Dark Dimensions before. Do you think now that his has some updated stats, Professor X viable? He's a cheaper character. He's a city tag. The Vigilantes are great. The Night Stalkers are great, but I don't know. In which case do you use Vulture instead of one of those characters?
I think I'm gonna try to test out all 5 when they're out instead of using Vigilantes or Night Stalkers. Only because now Vulture's got humongous stats, and there's a lot of heroes on those nodes, so might as well use him and see if he can really demolish him, because he's really just got a stat increase, and he got some tags for Insidious, but his stat increase is what I'm gonna enjoy.
Yeah, but his kit was already good, so the thing that was holding him back was his stats. So now he's really good again. So, and I don't know when they're going to do the next update. When is the next character like Silver Surfer or Ares that they're going to update all the characters post stats? So he should be pretty viable for a while. Moving on to this guy, Shocker. I did not build up this character. I did not build him up at all because I wanted my Doc Ock Shocker. I didn't want the replace Shocker. What do you think of this character? Dark Dimensions / Professor X viable and use in any other game? I guess you can use him with some other Superior 6 characters, but where would his ideal use be in War or Crucible?
I think it'll be War and Crucible. Like I said, I'm going to test him out.
Which teams I'm talking? Yeah, because obviously War and Crucible are they're only other places that we could use characters, right? So
yeah,
Arena, but only specific characters there.
Yeah, I'm not using them in Arena. I'm like you. I was forced to build this character through chat because so they made me build them.
They got you. Yeah,
okay. They got me for him. So
okay.
I mean, we weren't really finding any viable plays for him. His stats are really old. So he dies. You blink, he's gone. Now he's not. So he's not as bad. He's bad outside of the other game modes because of his stats. Now he's got stats. So now we could use him somewhere, hopefully. But we really won't know until we get all 5 characters. But he's not going to be used by himself. I don't see him being used as like just a one-off somewhere like Vulture could be. Vulture has that kit for it. Shocker's kit seems more synergy with Superior 6 and Sinister 6.
Yeah, and I like his rework because his special always kind of annoyed me. It was just kind of some stats, offense up for everybody. Now he's getting 2 random Sinister Six and one random Sinister Six and another random Insidious Six to attack the primary target. So he's doing some damage on his special now. So that's I think the biggest change. Let's talk about these other reworks. The Infestation characters pretty much all got base stat increases. Swarm got a lot stronger with 8 charges instead of 4 charges. I have to go back and look what the charges does. In case you guys don't remember, he damages, when he loses the charges, he damages himself on his basic. He damages himself even more damage on his special and a lot more damage on his ultimate when he doesn't have charge. So this is giving him a chance to survive a little bit longer on war defense before he starts to damage himself. Big Time Spider-Man, the only character of these of this entire team that I really built up. Not much of a change here. Pretty much all these stats that he was giving to Infestation looks like they got baked into the base stats for the rest of these characters. I did not build this team at all. I built up Big Time Spider-Man because he did have some value in Arena for a while, had some value in Crucible for a while on standalone teams, but the rest of these characters I did not build. Is there any reason to build up these characters now other than war defense? Like, do they have value? Do you think they're gonna have value in Cosmic Crucible with the updated stats? Does Big Time Spider-Man, is he gonna be back in the sort of meta? Because he goes really, really fast and he's got a pretty good ultimate on that he opens with. So is there any reason to build any of these Infestation characters other than war defense? Do you see them extending to Cosmic Crucible or maybe some other Battle World nodes that are coming?
I don't see Infestation being that huge. If you got the resources, go ahead. But if not, Big Time Spider-Man is probably going to be the one that's most used outside of war defense. You might actually use him in Crucible, which we have sometimes with Night Stalkers. He's fast and his ult does a little bit of damage. However, when you blink, he's gone. Now he's going to have stats, so he'll probably stay around a little bit longer and help out. So I'd say build Big Time Spider-Man, but the others, leave him on the back burner.
I'm gonna wait. I think you're right there, but unless there's a reason for me to build Big Time Spider-Man, war defense is not enough of a reason for me to build any characters. So I'm not gonna build them. But if someone like tests out something and he's really, really good in that, and I see it, I'm like, oh, now it's worth building. So for me, I'm gonna wait. I'm not building any of these Infestation characters. We are in the same alliance, and we're not a war-focused alliance, so there's no real expectation from anyone in our alliance that we have to do good in war. So cool. All right, next thing that got announced, another big new team announced, and this was kind of a surprise. The Secret Cavalry. Phantom Rider is coming to the game. This is our fourth Ghost Rider in the game. We have the normal Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. Now we're getting this Phantom Rider. And this goes to show that even if a character loses a fan vote, they're not going to make it onto that team that they were voted for, but they still may be coming into the game in another team. This is a prime example of that. What did you think when you heard that Phantom Rider coming to the game?
I'm going, wait, is there another team that we didn't get told about real quick? It just out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, well, I know of the character. Okay, cool, he looks cool, but who's the actual team? Like, I just want to know who the team is.
Well, it's the same type of team that Mr. Negative got. It's the same type of team that Big Time Spider-Man got. One new character, 4 reworks. So the good thing about this team, though, it's a war offense team. The other 2 teams were war defense teams. They were not fun. I was like, yeah, I don't want to build them. There's no reason to build them. This one, maybe I might build. We're getting some reworks to some characters that were in the meta at some point. Yo-Yo, Quake, so 2 Inhuman members. Domino, which was a part of either, I can't remember, X-Force or X-Factor. One of the ones that was related to war defense. And Nerd, I think she was also on that team. So 2 new teams. We got the Phantom Rider Angels going on right now. What do you think of this team and the selection of characters that they chose for this war offense?
I was a little baffled about the team itself, because they're Phantom Rider himself is pretty quick, but the rest are, besides Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo's speed is ridiculous, but the others are relatively slow. So I don't know if they're going to pose a big threat for war offense. Phantom Rider might be the one that pulls them together, but
I think he will. Kind of like Negative did. Kind of like Infestation, Big Time did for Infestation, pulled some random characters together. And these aren't totally random, because 2 of them were each on different teams together. But the big highlight of this kit for me is his passive on spawn. Or he's getting a revive on spawn. On turn, AoE attack every time he takes a turn. So even if there's, well, he does need to have his speed to take a turn, but seems like he's gonna be a strong character. His ultimate looks really good on war offense. Pretty weak outside of war offense though. Do you see yourself using this character anywhere except for war offense, or is this character in this team just for war offense?
I think this is just for war offense. I could definitely see people just being tired of him and just throw him on more defense, just as a placeholder. They could use another powerful team to go up against somebody, because you got to throw something on defense that might stop somebody. But I mean, if someone can find viability with this, or we could see it, okay, cool, I'll start building them. But besides Phantom Rider, I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'll let someone that's more into war build up this team, because they will get that benefit in war. And then if they find use outside of that, then they do the testing. Then I'm like, all right, maybe there is use for some of these characters. There may be use for some of these characters in some random hybrid teams in Crucible. That I'm thinking right off the bat. I want to see evidence that it is going to work before I start to build them, because I don't know about you, Zero, but my war attacks, when I remember to do them, is hit the team, auto, walk away. Oh, we won, cool. Or, oh, we lost. Next team, let's try to beat this team. That's how I do my war attacks. So I'm not sure if, even if they're war offense, I'm not sure if I'm really going to watch this team. So I'm glad that they're building this, but not going to be a huge use for me. But you know who did give me a huge use this morning? This guy. This guy.
Oh.
Who, on stream, you said this was one of your favorite characters.
I like this guy.
I saw the Envoy chats that some other Envoys was testing this character and was a little disappointed with him. So I didn't build him. But we had a legendary run in Cosmic Crucible. We will get to the new rules about the Cosmic Crucible in just a little bit. But I started to build him, and boy, was I impressed. What are your thoughts on Blastaar? Let me go to the replay of what we did while you tell me about your Blastaar experience, because man, this guy wipes out everything.
He is pretty strong with no red stars, which is really ridiculous sometimes. You usually go, okay, wait for the red stars and they'll be great. Nope, he's doing it without them.
How much more damage is he going to do with his red stars? So I think everybody at this point has it 4 gold, 4 0 yellow at this point, because nothing's been released and they're kind of timing that out. How much more damage, how much more impactful do you think he'll be in Cosmic Crucible once we get more stars from him and some red stars from him as well?
You know, when it's the same thing that happened with Quasar, he was kind of like, you know, little minimal damage here and there, but once you got him closer to 7, you were like, wow, he's really packing a punch now. His kit really hits, and Blastaar doesn't require ability energy at all. You can use whichever ability whenever you want.
Even more. All right, this is a 4 yellow, 4 0 red. Only 3 bomb blasts, so not even maxed bomb blasts. Watch what happens here. You might have saw this. I know you were watching the stream. Boom! And the match is over at this point. Yeah, we still got a few characters to kill, but the match is over at this point. Blastaar totally changed his side, and this was kind of an experiment. This match, I was like, I don't know. Let's just try that. We got a few legendary characters. Brought in Red Hulk, brought in Black Cat for the death proof that she spreads. Phoenix takes all that out. Man, this Blastaar is very, very fun. What are some of your experiences with Blastaar? Have you tried him outside of Cosmic Crucible? And if you're only using him in Cosmic Crucible, what were some big surprises that he gave you? Because this is my only match, and I was pretty surprised by this.
I haven't used him in War yet, so I don't know how he fits there. I did play with him on the test server in War, but obviously that's like it's not the same. But he was okay, but he would die too quickly against some big war meta teams.
All right, Crucible though. Let's talk about your Crucible. I'm more excited in your Crucible matchups. What has he done for you in Cosmic Crucible?
I used him against Professor X. His passive, yes, his passive negates the assist now, the stopping of assists. So he does assist when you do a basic into Professor X. He will definitely, before, obviously you can't, you know, he stops it. Professor X stops assist. His kit specifically says he just does his basic when you do your basic. So he negates
it's not
that
an
and
assist.
he helps out.
It's an additional.
Yep,
it's doing the basic. It's not an assist. It's doing the basic. I forgot they specifically worded it like that, so you can attack Professor X. All right, so What was the results of the match? How badly did you smash that Professor X with your Blastaar?
Professor X died at the hands of Blastaar. He decided a basic was used, and he came around and said, "Bye-bye, Professor X," and knocked him right out, which was, I wasn't expecting him to do it. I was going, he's probably just going to tickle. Nope, he took him out, and I'm very, very happy with it. So,
have you done any of the specials yet? Because I've done one match. I've used either I think I've done Bomb Blast I've done Ultimate for all of them, because he acquires that Bomb Blast so quickly when other characters do their moves. Have you ever done the special?
I haven't done the special. I've done the ult.
Okay, yeah, I've just done the ult. I don't think I've done the basic at all either. I've just done the ult here. So I like him. I'm really, really happy with him. I was a little like worried when some of the other envoys he's pretty disappointing. Now that I'm trying on my own, though, I was like, no, he's not disappointing. He's really strong. Build this guy. If you have any kind of seriousness about Cosmic Crucible, build him. If you're after any type of events that require legendary characters, this guy is going to be a great bonus for you. Let's just quit out of this match, because I do want to talk about some of the rules for the Ultimate 32. We had one of them change slightly, and I'm not sure why they made this. I guess they nerfed it a little bit. No harm, no foul, though, because nobody did any attacks or anything like that. So this is all done before the first attack was launched. But on ally turn, gaining assist now. It was previously just on turn, gain assist now. And then on turn, spread positive effects to adjacent allies. It was just allies previously. So this room got a little weaker, but like I said, no harm, no foul, because it's pretty much, it was announced before all that stuff. So what do you think of this Ultimate 32, the rules, the room rules, and what after one day of attacks, what are you thinking as far as defense? I'm
sticking with the kind of defense I have already. The bad part is I haven't done my Crucible yet, and there's only 2 hours to go. No, okay. I did not. We better
hurry up and finish this recording so you can get. We got to know. I don't want you to miss your Crucible today. We got to finish this.
My chat knows I love what we call Chaos CC, which is right down to the half an hour left and do 6 matches within a half an hour, because my job hates me. So I get to go ahead and do my matches within 30 minutes. I find it fun. I know some people find it, oh my God, the anxiety just goes through the roof. But I find it fun as a time limit challenge of, hey, can I do it? And I've done it. We've done it where we won before, but we've also lost. But we only got three rounds this time, so I'll be able to complete it within a half an hour. If I don't, I should definitely
less than
lose.
10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. This is 3 attacks. Unless you're playing unoptimally to help your alliance, which I do want to mention. We have a couple milestones. Let me point all of them out. The first one is Cosmic Raid. So I want to ask you about this. This doesn't benefit directly. This benefits the alliance. But if your alliance is battling Cosmic Crucible, offense or defense, with Immortal X-Men, you're getting points. Are you going to use your Immortal X-Men, or do you have them on defense to help out the entire alliance, ZeroKool?
I got lucky. And from what I'm planning on, I'm going to be able to use X-Men on offense against one of the rooms. So I'll be able to pitch in and help out this amazing, amazing milestone for all of us in our life.
Hey, and as one of your alliance mates, I appreciate your generosity, brother. I really appreciate you doing that, taking one for the team. All right, next, we also have some other milestones. We have the Broken King milestone. So let's go to Command Center for that. The Broken King, we have to play Cosmic Crucible battles, but we have to use Accursed. It says play Cosmic Crucible with Accursed. Unfortunately, I think this only means on offense. I don't think this is limited to defense. I think when it's in a Command Center, it's only offense. Are you going to use your Accursed on offense? This does not help the alliance at all. This is just for yourself. Are you going to use your Accursed this week or today?
Another one where I get to go ahead and use Accursed against another team, because it just so happens that's the plan I'm going to be using. Accursed should be able to wipe out another room, so I'll be able to get that milestone, that objective done, and help out the alliance with the other one. So it seems I'm knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone here.
You are a great alliance mate. Now let me ask you, if you didn't have that plan all planned out, what would you be thinking? Would you be thinking, all right, play inoptimally, get these milestones, or try to win Crucible? What rewards are more valuable to you? The things in the milestones or the things in the Cosmic Crucible rewards? In case someone is in that situation and they're wondering, oh, should I help out my alliance or help out myself? What is going to get me more rewards? Well, if you were not in our alliance, maybe you were in some random alliance, what would you be doing?
Since I am in our alliance, I would probably try to increase the anxiety of a certain non-void bot because I know they're going to push for the milestones for the alliance. I would just want to give it, you know what? I'll leave it to chat. I'll leave it to chat and let chat use.
You got it in. Our alliance leader wanted to mention, and he calls himself the non-void bot because we have a lot of envoys in our alliance, and for some reason he seems to know some information before even we do. So he calls himself the non-void bot. So shout out to brother. I never say his name right. Brother Uber, shout out to you, bro. All right, let's move on. I think that's a good plan. Help out your alliance if you can. All right, next, let's move on to these other milestones. They are starting, actually, they're in the command center, but you got to do a bunch of attacks as well. So how are you doing on your progress for Knull? My points right now, I'm at 145 out of the 250 needed for the 7th Red Star for Knull. Where are you? Am I behind? Am I ahead? Am I on pace? I have no idea where I'm at.
I think I'm right by you. Yeah, we just got to keep doing the war battles. I'm not going to G20 all kinds of war some characters.
Nah, you're not getting a lot of points
battles,
for that anyway. If you look at that, you're not getting a lot of points for that. It's only 1 point, and you need, we need over 100 more points. So that will help. It might get you some rewards sooner, but I don't think it's needed for the 7th Red Star. So you're about 145 or so.
Yes, I'm right around there. So we should get it within the next week or so for a 7th Red, which will be amazing because he's still pretty good where he's at. I like his stats. I like his kit.
I think you're being a little generous. I think he's more than pretty good. He's really good, especially certain matchups, certain game modes. He is dominant, I would say. All right, not everywhere, but in certain things, he is dominant where you could use him correctly. All right, we also have some free Franklin Richard shards coming later this week. On August 22nd, there's going to be a global milestone. And I believe it's just by battling in raids. So as long as you battle in raids, as long as the rest of the community battles in the raids, everyone gets 100 Franklin Richard shards. Oh, and antimatter. Now, a lot of times with these global milestones, they throw some surprises in there. They've thrown some surprise diamonds in this in the past. What are you expecting for this? Vulture and Shocker? They kind of do the team that's coming up for these global milestones. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Same, or are you expecting something different if they are going to do some extra bonuses that they're not mentioning here?
We're looking at what they've done before, which they've generally done. They've taken the 2 reworks and thrown them in the global milestone. And if people are smart, do not buy Vulture or Shocker in the store. Save your credits for a minute and see if they show up. If they show up, you get them for free. If they don't show up, then you still have the credits. You just have to wait till they pop up in the store, which could be forever. But at least you got some credits saved because you might get them for free here.
All right, so I've not built up my Shocker, but I'm just looking at right now. I already have had 2 diamonds, so that's not even that great for me. Just random pulls. We already got to the 2 diamonds. And it's the Vulture, I know I bought him. I bought him and built him up because I know I was bringing him to Dark Dimension 8 to unlock Odin. So cool. This is great for newer players. Hopefully one day they will finally get something better for duplicate diamonds, maybe some dark diamond credits instead of the Elite 4 credits. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to do more war battles. We're also getting something big coming. Sebastian Shaw coming tomorrow. And we have some milestones in the game for Sebastian Shaw right now. My question is, they said that there's going to be some sweet, juicy offer. So do you think that's going to be based on getting these remaining 25,000 points and we can get 75 shards for Sebastian Shaw? Is it going to be some totally different offer? Normally for 100 shard characters, traditionally it's been about $50 to unlock that character. On a 45 shard unlock for a 2-star character, it's been about $25. So based on what they've sold characters on in the past, do you think it's going to be a full offer? Or it's going to be the remaining points for this? And if it is the remaining points or a full offer, what do you think that price point is going to be?
With Scopely, it could go either way. They might expect like the full $50 for it, but they might throw some extra goodies in there for it with the shards. And you're getting this milestone, or they could make it lower, but it probably will give you items that you don't necessarily want or need. And you're just kind of just doing it just to get those 75 shards. But it really depends on what they set that dollar amount at, because they've done it to where they've gone either way.
All right, so for me, the dollar amount, if there's just remaining milestone points, I'm gonna bring my personal bust out my wallet and spend on this. $10 to complete these milestones. I'll do that, get the unlock. $15 for the full unlock, so not taking into account all the grinding that they've done. So $10 or $15 is what I'm willing to spend on this after I've grinded on this for what? It was a 3-week milestone, right? After grinding on this for 3 weeks, that's what I'm going to spend on this. What is your price point? Say, all right, I'm going to bust out my card. Let's go. I want this character. What is a good enough deal for you? Higher, lower, same?
I'll give him $20. I'll give him $20 bucks
okay.
if it for that amount of shards, but I hope it gives some added bonus to it instead of just saying, here's the shiny yellow gem milestone that you get. Yay. Like, no, I want something else with it if you're going to make me work for it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to make me work for it, give me some bonus, make it super cheap. All right. And he's going to be needed when the Annihilation raids, especially at least if you want to do the highest difficulties, difficulty 8 and 9. I think most alliances, except for like the sweatiest alliances, are going to start with difficulty 7 and then work their way up to 8 and 9. So how much of an impact do you think that Sebastian Shaw, the Hellfire Club, will make in terms of rewards? Like, you were getting 100% rewards at 90% completion. One person can miss the lane, so how much can miss the lane, but everybody else in the alliance needs to get all the nodes. So how much of a value do you think is going to be as far as increased rewards for these Annihilation raids that are coming?
I hope there's a bigger bit value when you have all, like, the entire team, and you can get to 100% on difficulties, was it 8 and 9 past that? So, and that it's a significant jump than just saying, oh, if we did 30% in 8 or 9, but we could do 100% in 7 and still get the same rewards. There should be some bump where you go, no, we should be shooting for difficulty 8 or 9 because they're giving way more rewards than the previous. Yeah. So I hope that they've increased them with it, because there's a lot of we're a raid alliance. We're going to go ahead and get these raid characters. I want to make sure we do good in raids, but if the rewards are not going to really be significant past difficulty 7, I mean, we could just keep doing difficulty 7, but I'm hoping they push it past for 8 or 9.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say what's going to happen tomorrow when this goes into the game. We get the preview. It actually may go into the game as it may be in a game now as this video is released. But it's hard to say at this point, because sometimes Scopely has looked at those rewards and it's like, all right, you're getting more rewards at 60% difficulty 9 than you would at 100% in difficulty 8 or something like that. Sometimes they've done that correctly, and it makes sense to go up in the next difficulty level. Sometimes they don't, and it's like, it's probably just better for us to get 100% on this. A lot of times when it is weird like that, they do go back and fix it, but initially at launch, a lot of times it is weird like that. So hopefully they've done all the calculations, and it does make sense to move up to the higher difficulty, even if you're not 100%ing as an alliance. We will see later when it all goes into the game though. But we did have some lanes changed, as we were talking about a little earlier. Previously, difficulty, I believe, was 6 and 7. You still needed the latest or the second to the latest team. So for this case, it would be the Hellfire Club or the Extreme X-Men. Now it's just difficulty 8 and 9. You use the required team. Before that, it is just the, what is this? The location requirement. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is it?
The
origin. That's what it is. The origin. So I like this because newer players, mid-game players, they can use whatever team if you're going difficulty 3 to 7. This opens this up. This opens up a lot more theory crafting. It is pretty restrictive at difficulty 8 and 9, but hopefully the rewards make it worth it enough for us to build those specific characters. And for us, we should be fine. We're an end-game raid-focused alliance. I hope this makes it a lot easier for mid-game alliances, the alliances that aren't full, alliances that aren't end-game, that struggle with this stuff a little. So that's what I like about this. What are your thoughts when you saw these changes to the raids? Difficulty 6 and 7 not as restrictive, especially for newer and mid-game alliances.
This gives a lot more, it could give the chance for mid-gamers, up-and-comers that are coming right there to get a lot of higher rewards if they can get through 7, because they'll benefit from it, and they don't have to worry about, oh, I got to get team. Oh wait, I just need the trait, and maybe if I max them out, they'll be useful here until I get the Hellfire Club or, you know, full Vigilantes whenever they do finally get to them. But new players and mid game players should be able to do 3 to 7 pretty easily, and hopefully they can buff up their teams with all these rewards.
All right, and here's the big question that people are asking. I don't think anybody knows the answer yet. Let's say our alliance, we build up, we get our Hellfire Club up, we're doing difficulty 8 or difficulty 9. Then the Insidious 6 comes out. We don't all have the Insidious 6. We could drop down to difficulty 7. Is that how it's going to work? Because that feels bad. Do you think that's how it's going to work?
I hope we don't drop, but
that's how it seems like it's going to work, just on the way they're describing it. Do you think that's how it's actually going to work when it goes to the game? Or maybe, I mean, they got a little time before the Insidious 6 comes out, right? Actually, no. Sebastian Shaw comes out tomorrow. They got about 10 days from tomorrow. So 11 days, they have to figure out what happens when the Insidious 6 comes out. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to have to drop to difficulty 7? Because not everybody's going to have the Insidious 6 right away.
We might have to drop down. Well, I don't want to drop down, but if we want to complete it and get stuff. Yeah, if we want to complete it or get as much as the, you know, done to at least get 100% instead of doing only like what 30 or 40%, we'll just have to drop, and maybe
it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird.
There's gonna be a lot of talk that day. There's gonna be a lot of talking that day. We'll
see in about 11 days when we get our first Insidious 6 member. All right, there's gonna be a visual issue. Just be aware of it. It's not affecting gameplay. It might affect your setup, so be careful. It's only gonna affect difficulty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not affecting difficulty 6, but it is affecting difficulty 7. The ISO 8 of characters in combat will be correct, but they're not showing correctly on the pre-combat map. So make sure you go to your roster screen, and whatever you have up there is what it should be when it goes into the raids, based on what I'm seeing here, not what's in that pre-combat screen. But hopefully they fix this soon. They said it's going to be fixed in a future update. Shouldn't affect a raid gameplay, but it may affect your setup. So be aware of that. How much hype do you have for the Annihilation raids tomorrow?
I'm going, well, we won't be able to sim it right away, so we're going to have to play it, and I'm happy to go ahead and play something instead of just simming a raid.
I love when there's new raids. For a couple weeks, it's like a new puzzle that I got to solve. And then I start simming it. But for the first few times in a new raid, I love it. I'm looking forward to this. They're always fun. New puzzles are great. After doing it for about 7 days in a row, the same thing, it's like, all right, I'm done. Let's just So hopefully, tomorrow should be a great day. Tomorrow should be really, really good. Also coming next week is season 17 of Cosmic Crucible. Some of the rules from this Ultimate 32 will be there. Let me just go over them really quick. The global rules is based on Blastaar. So as strong as he is now, next week he's gonna be even stronger. So if you got the resources and you like Cosmic Crucible, I think it's a required build up your Blastaar. He's gonna gain 1 bomb blast when attacked. And he's also gonna gain them when he's still gonna gain them when allies do their basics, and he's gonna gain 20% more primary stats. He's just gonna be exploding a bunch of stuff. Glass Cannon, we've had this room before, room 1. Spawn with Safeguard, gain 90% max health, gain 100% damage, spawn with 5 death proof on all striker characters. Let me read the rest of this and I'll get your thoughts on the entire Cosmic Crucible. Stage 2, Blood Transfusion on offense, defense. All characters on turn gain bleed. Characters with bleed gain 5% damage per bleed. When applying bleed, they gain defense up. Stage 3, Legends on offense and defense. Legendary characters. So this is what we have in Stage 3 of the Ultimate 32. 20% base stats on turn. Gain assist now. I'm guessing they're going to switch this. I think they did say they're going to switch this text to on ally turn, gain assist now, and on ally turn and on turn spread positive effects to adjacent allies. So this looks like it's there. Stage 4, Mutant double on offense and defense. Villain mutant characters. Whenever a villain mutant character using an ultimate ability, revive an ally villain mutant character at 100% health. This is looking for 1 per character turn using their ultimate. I'm thinking Fred is going to be an important one with that. Stage 5, Fester. All characters at end of turn. Characters with trauma gain 1 bleed. And Dossier's Avengers. Man, I love these weird rules. We've had it for... Did we even get it live in the game for at least 1 day the last time? Because Dossier won the latest Cosmic Crucible Envoy tournament, which was a long time ago, but it was the latest one that he won. The last rules, he was supposed to have room 6. They didn't get it because they took it out and now he's getting this back. Do you think it's actually, before I read this, do you think it's actually going to work and they're going to keep this in game this time?
I am praying to every god, every person out there, anything to make sure this room sticks because there's just so much you could do with it. I'm excited for it. I hope they don't go, oh, well, it's gone again. Like, no, don't. Come on. I'm really excited to try this room out and see what you can do with it because it essentially says Theorycraft right in all of it. So Theorycraft a team that could do so. And hopefully Scopely doesn't drop the ball on this one.
If you have at least one city character ally, when an ally uses a special ultimate, all allies gain 5% barrier. If you have at least one global ally, when attack, allies fill speed bar by 5%. And if you have at least one cosmic allies do damage that reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. Looks to be very fun. What are your thoughts on this overall Cosmic Crucible season coming up next week?
I'm excited for I'm excited for 6 rooms because 3 is really not that. I'm just not planning for that. But for 6 for next week, I am looking forward to the Legendary room. I'm looking canon again. I'm looking forward to Dayseer's Avengers here. So there's a couple rooms in there that I'm really excited to try out and see if we can, stump some opponents and just have them looking like I don't.
All right, and I know you like offense, but he's going to gain the bonuses on offense and defense. Is there any scenario where you see yourself placing Blastaar in defense?
I don't think so. I think the AI is just going to mess Blastaar up. So I want to control him. Plus, I want to have fun with the brand new character. So I'm going to use Blastaar on offense.
I feel the exact same way. I don't care if it's going to get me a loss. I'm using Blastaar on offense because he's the latest character and I want to use him. I want to smash stuff with his bomb burst. I want to make stuff go boom and explode with his ultimate. I love that. Yes. All right. We got some more free stuff, Zero. Did you see all this free stuff and did you know what it's for?
I woke up and saw it and I was like, oh, yay, something else. I don't understand why.
All right, I think I know why. We had 2 issues last week, and I think these are the compensation for both of them. So first issue, raid issue resolved. We experienced some issues with this. We got a bunch of stuff here. And what that, I believe, was for this. So raid difficulty selector for normal chaotic storm raids last week. This was posted on 8/13. We're currently investigating an issue with the raid difficulty selector for normal version of chaotic storm raids. We have an update as soon as possible. This issue has been resolved, now working as normal. I know some people that if you were doing difficulty 5 and you're fine with doing difficulty 5 or whatever your alliance was doing, it is fine. You could go up. There's no problem. I think the issue was if you're doing a lower difficulty than your alliance, you were not able to change like before. So that's what that compensation is for. But we have another one. So not only did we get that, we got this one here as well. And I think this one was for another issue that came up last week. I believe this was for the Fallen Dimension issue, also posted on 8/13. Commanders, today we added raid bonuses to Fallen Dimension nodes. This caused an unintended consequence of activating enemy side raid abilities as well, which significantly increased the difficulty of the nodes. We're going to be removing this tomorrow and Fallen Dimension as prior to this change. So I wish that when they gave compensation, it would say, hey, this was for the Fallen Dimension issue, or this was for the raid issue and stuff. So I like all this free stuff. It's all good. I just wish we had a little clearer explanation of what this is for, because some people, like if you were not dropping the difficulty in your raids, you didn't experience any issues. You're like, what happened? What is going on? And that's what this would probably be for. All right, last but not least, I had a question. When is the Accursed gonna go into the bumps? We look at the last bumps. It was from July 18th, so a little over a month ago, and that is when we got this message here. Keep an eye out for the inbox message alerting you to character availability, Thunderbolts to bumps. So they do this about every month or so. This was a little over a month away. So should we be getting the announcement later this week that we're getting these characters added to the bumps? Because Thunderbolts are there. Next team after that is Cursed. So when are you thinking we're gonna get the Accursed added?
If I'm gonna try to go by Scopely logic, right above that says Franklin Richard comes available, and he was the last character on the team to come out. So if Shaw's coming out, we should see, if they're going to follow their own logic, we should see once Shaw comes out, and he comes out on Friday, so the blog will come out too, that we should get them added to bumps. However, it's Scopely logic. They might just bypass it and forget about it altogether. So I hope they come out sooner so people could start getting more Accursed, because Accursed is a very interesting team. They're good and they're bad.
I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah.
They're very interesting.
They're interesting. Like, they can be powerful, but I think they're more powerful on offense. You could control them. On defense, you could wipe them out. But on offense, you got that control. I feel they're fun. Once Helverine's ult goes off, you're just like, bye, this is great. But on the other side, it doesn't feel too good when they wipe you out.
All right, so hopefully they're coming to the bumps very, very soon. If they follow their logic, Sebastian Shaw comes out tomorrow. We have a blog coming out tomorrow with something. Maybe he's going to be, or maybe the Accursed is going to be announced. If not, maybe the following week, because maybe he will actually be in the game. Right? No, the blog goes up first and then he comes. It's around the same time, but I think the game goes first and then the blog. Anyway, hopefully we get some more insight to that. Any other final thoughts, my brother, on anything that has happened over the past week or is coming up next week in Marvel Strike Force?
There's just been so much news this week. I don't know how much more we could pack into a news video, even with that. And we still got the blog tomorrow, so they're gonna more stuff. Like, if they do, it'd be great as long as it's Sinister Six stuff. But I'm super excited for Insidious Six. I'm super excited for Sebastian Shaw. I'm hoping people enjoy U32 because
Phantom Rider. What are you looking for? To Phantom Rider? No,
I mean, I'll end up getting them, but I'll see where he goes. I'm not too hyped of it, but
At least his offense. At least it's more offense.
Yes, he is offense. He's offense for it. I'm just gonna do my 10 attacks and call it a day.
All right, I'm doing 13 because of the milestones, but after that, I'm going back to 10. All right, lots of stuff going on this week. Let me know down in the comments what was your favorite. The Insidious Six, the Secret Avengers, something else, getting Blastaar. If you got some value from this video, leave it a like. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. Make sure you go and check out ZeroKool's reveal of the Superior Spider-Man. Check out Dorky's and Updog's videos as well. I'll see you guys next time. Also, if you want to check out my newest recommendations for Dark Dimensions / the Professor X Saga, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Are you ready for a fist bump, brother Zero?
Yes.
All right, here we go. You got double of them. All right, I'm just doing one. Hulk fist bump, Valley, and ZeroKool out. Have a great day, guys.